So in this lesson, we are going to consider now how to use our tokens and how to authenticate our user using now the Laravel Sanctum. So this is very basic, very simple. So inside the API.php, so now what we can do is that what I like doing is that I use, so I'll just say route and I'll use this group guy. And this group takes an array, and then I can pass maybe a middleware here for now. And the middleware will be for now also an array. And then the second parameter here needs to be a function, I believe, like this, and we are this, and we are good. So, and the middleware that I'm going to use is this auth sanctum here. So that is the one that we are using behind the scene. You see the authentication that you are doing, the token that you are doing. And then what I can do, I can just delete this up here. And then now inside this middleware or inside this function, I can move the method that I want to authenticate. And this is the product and the user. I can move them here. And then the login and the register, what I like doing is to drag them until the top here. So that is it. So the register and the login, and also we need the logout, and the logout need to be authenticated because that is the user will be logged in. So I can say log out, and this will go to the log out like this. So now let us try maybe to access, the products and see what we'll get here now. So I'll go here. So let me just delete this, use get instead here, and try to access API. Let us try to access users now. That is okay. And I run this, we'll see the error that we'll get now. So now when I try to access the users, you can see I'm getting the message unauthenticated, and that is what we wanted. If I try again to access maybe the products, if I run this, so you can also see for the product we are getting unauthenticated. And now let us try to go and say that I'll try to log in now. I'll register a new user here, test123, 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 like this, and then let us run this, create a new user here. So I have a new user here, test123. I'll log in with the user. So here is test123, test123, login, run. So now I've logged in with the user. So I'll just copy this token here. And then I'll go to, let me see, I'll go to add request, add a new get request here. I'm going to paste this guy here. Our guy is going to be Bearer. So Bearer, and then space, and then I'm going to copy my guy here, the token. To paste it here. I'm going to delete these guys here. And then it's going to be 8,000 users like this. Let's run this and see. So when I run this, this token does not need to be in quotation. It just need to be plain like this. So when I run this, you can be able to see that I have all the users here. This is pretty wonderful, right? So I have the users here with all their data. So let me just extend this like this, and then you can be able to see here. So as you can see, I have all the users here with their data. So the next thing that maybe I need to test is, let us assume now I log out. So if I go and use a post method here, and this will be /logout. like this, and then actually in the API, I don't know if I used a logout for the post. Let's see on our API. If I go inside here, we have what? All right, we have the post for the logout, so that is okay. So if I go back here now, all right, where is it? Here, logout. And then we run this. So the message is user logged out successfully. So if I go back here now, let us try to access the user and see what it will tell us, the users. So I'm going to access all the users. So I've logged out, which means I've basically deleted this authorization token from the DB. So if I run this, let's see what we'll get here. And now when I try to access, the user or the product, I get an error here, which basically I'm using the wrong token, so I'm not authenticated. So when I try to get the users or the product, I get an error, 500 internal server error. And so that is it, guys. That is how you authenticate the user APIs that you have using Laravel Sanctum.